Okay.
Oopsies.
I don't care.
Oof. That's not
That's true. You do got me.
Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
They don't want it.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay, Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Still on the stars with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof I'm alive by the motor. No proof. Like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him, and if I did, I never ever traded him. You know what? What is a star? Like another city, the driver's side fly. Just like a large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. 8, 10 in the more, 2 to the peak. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Hands up as ever, and cute as can be. You can watch us on YouTube with viewing for free. Ay. This one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time wonder what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Just want everybody to know, in the South Florida time of adversity, we'll get through this. We will. All right. It is not easy to brave the cold, but we will get through it.
What? What? Dude, I was outside in shorts, playing with the dogs. They go,
Look at Marcos. He's cold-blooded. He's an amphibian. He's barely here.
Woo! I am
Hey.
doing my best to power through South
You
Florida.
know what's amazing is that everybody was texting me, how can you not wear sleeves in a night like that? Don't misconstrue snow with freezing. When sometimes it's warmer when it snows. It's when it's not snowing and it's clear and you see that crunchiness on the field where it's flat freezing.
Jameis, I think it was the first game he ever started under 40.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, it's funny because everybody was like, look at the weather. Why is he throwing it? I'm like, what you fail to realize is when it's wet and snowy like that, if you have a quarterback that can throw it decent, the defenders are all over the place sliding. So you're going to be able to hit some open guys. So the offense actually likes it.
It's one of the coolest looks on TV is when it's snowing during the football game.
And let me tell you, every time it snows, wherever you are, the fans go ballistic.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Especially a rivalry game.
Oh, yeah. Well, see, even if we're there and it snows, but it's weird because Pittsburgh is farther away from the water. So, you know, it didn't snow that many times when we were there. But in Cleveland, oh my goodness. It could be sunny when the game starts and you come out at halftime, it'd be a sheet of snow on the ground.
It was crazy. Because it wasn't like
At first you could just see like little flurries.
And then
all of a sudden, blanket.
What is that? That's like it's like alien. Where I'm watching this George Pickens. He's just completely losing his mind. Man, is he like number one NFL bad guy these days, George Pickens? I feel like every week.
I think it all started when he got suspended, right? When Tomlin sat him for a week.
I feel like every week he's either getting into a fight
or saying
shoving somebody, dirty play, and then he says something crazy to the media, which is what he did yesterday because he completely discredited the Browns.
Yeah,
threw him on this. Can you get that, Froggy? He was just like, he was asking, he goes, "Oh, what do you think about that game yesterday?" He goes, "Pfft." He's kind of like me. He goes,
"Thank you for self-awareness."
He's like,
"Hey,
your loss,
Marco, you were thinking the same thing, right?" He goes, "Kind of sounds."
Took accountability. He took accountability.
Yeah. I'm like, wait a minute. Is he?
By the way, Calais Campbell would never lose to Franz Wagner. By the way, I'm just saying, dude. I'm just saying. But yeah, this guy, like, they go to him yesterday. He goes, "Hey, what'd you think about that?" He goes, "Who cares? Snowed." I'm like, what?
It's gonna
it's
gonna be snowing for most of the games you play from here on out.
I don't know if he's aware. I don't know.
He
tried to fight somebody on the way out. I don't know what happened, but I mean, he just seems to be in conflict at all times, either with his teammates or the media.
And I just that some people are like just think of, and I'll use you as an example, right?
I already used my bullet.
No, but I'm just saying, like, just imagine that playing football. Like, there's certain people that can't take the L, not gonna do it, right? Under no circumstances. It comes across poorly in moments like that, but you understand, like, you know, I tell you all the time, you know what the hardest thing for a fan to do is to say the other team was better. You always go after,
Not me.
you always talk about the refs, the situation, we got jobbed, we got robbed, our coach stinks, the quarterback stinks. You never, very rarely do I hear the other team was better, right? And so that is not just fans. Players are like that too, right? Some players will be more politically correct and say, well, we kind of shot ourselves in the foot, or we kind of did this, and, you know, give them credit, but, you know, I think this one's more on us and how we played. That's the political position that you should take sometimes, instead of we got jobbed. And but wait, so when players do it, why do you get so upset when you do the
I
same
literally
thing?
started this off saying it.
No, I know.
Like, you're trying to go boomeranging on me. You're
No,
the
I'm
guy
not.
who won't even
I'm
admit
not.
that you hate Micah Parsons.
No, I'm not. I'm only saying that.
Who doesn't have accountability? You or me?
I'm not saying that to keep saying this to you. I'm saying to that players are the same way. And so this is, but it comes across like this instead of how you do it. Like
Here's George Pickens after the game.
What do you guys try to take away from this loss? What's the message, you know, in the locker room?
Just keep grinding. Like I said, conditions played a huge part in today's game. I don't really think the Cleveland Browns are a good team at all. I think the conditions kind of saved them today.
You guys good?
Hey, somebody had to get in there.
Nothing is better than a PR person who goes in who tries to stop questions after, like, oh man.
I've never, you know what? Never been stopped.
Oh man.
Never said something where they had to come in and throw a lifeline to me.
It's like,
But so listen, it's probably not the best thing to say, and I'm sure Mike Tomlin will say something about it.
Will he?
Yeah.
He's gonna be like,
he'll just say, look, we didn't go out there and play our best game, but you definitely can't discredit what they did, you know. And you play in Pittsburgh.
I'll tell you who I'm gonna discredit.
Who?
Carter Verhaeghe, dude. Whoa! What are you doing yesterday? Do you know you don't play for the Blackhawks? I mean, you want to talk about ruining the opportunity at the end of the game. The Panthers, who are not playing good right now, they go out there and, like, you know, these stupid Blackhawks have like 2 shots, both of them goals. The Panthers are peppering this poor Blackhawks goalie. He's stopping everything. So you get a little advantage, and Carter Verhaeghe goes, hey, do I play for Chicago? Let me pass it to the dude from Chicago with an empty net. What were you doing, Swaggy? Empty net. You can't be passing the puck around willy-nilly.
Not great, Bob.
I was just, what was that? I was so furious. I was like, they're definitely going to win this game. This team sucks. Then, by the way, I feel bad for that Connor Bedard. They were killing him the entire game. They're like, this teenager doesn't have a goal in 10 games. I'm like, his career is 15 games.
Right, I know.
First time in his career, he's gone 10 games without a goal. I'm like, he just learned how to drive. Like, I mean, it's crazy. Like, could you imagine like a kid that size, tiny? You're trying to get past Alexander Barkov. Good luck. Somehow the Panthers lost the game. I gotta tell you, rare game afterwards where Paul Maurice pissed.
That was my favorite part when he goes, what are you gonna do here? Well, as soon as you leave here, I'm gonna go yell at him.
That was great. But like he was sitting, he's like, he talked about this earlier in the year where he goes, there's gonna be some loss to some Western Conference team down the line, and they're gonna be like, oh, this is cup hangover. And he goes, this isn't cup hangover. We always lose in Chicago.
Yeah, I think he said it's been like 3 years since they won there.
Crazy, dude.
That is crazy.
That is,
I
but
mean, that is the equivalent to Pittsburgh, to Cleveland playing against Pittsburgh and Baltimore.
I was
Like they may lose all their games and then they win the 2 games against Pittsburgh and Baltimore.
Yeah,
like they do it every year.
He was, but he was it was the first time I've heard Paul in a while be like, we're just not playing to our standard right now. You know, he's disappointed. And 4 out of 5 will do that to you.
Yep.
You know,
but the thing about hockey is, man, the season is so long.
Yeah,
like
and
if you get too caught up in this instead of, you know, just trying to get better and fight through it, like you're gonna be far more miserable than you need to be.
Yeah, but you know, and the thing is, like every time they take on a good team, they're like they either smoke them or it's like right down to the wire. It's losing to these trash teams that you're like, what's going on here? What's happening here? Paul Maurice doesn't know, dude. He's like, he's sitting here not too pleased. We'll hear a little bit from him later on. But we got to take a break, huh? It's a football Friday. Lots to get to here on the program. Back after this.
Sit down. Paid the cost to be the ball.
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. It's Friday. What's wrong?
Maybe watch Drake Miami.
You were watching it? I was just phone watching. I was like,
I was like, I ain't got nothing to do.
You want to know what is funny about college basketball, though?
Anybody could beat anybody.
Maybe, but I was thinking to myself, like, I was like, once it's a 10, like in the NBA, 10 points, nothing. In college, you're like 10 points, like, it's gonna take a massive comeback.
The
Canes got to like, they got it to 4, and then bang bang. I was like, all right, that's over. Bye.
Here's the thing about like college. It don't matter what league you play in, what division you are. If you get hot from 3, you can win. I don't care who you're playing, especially if the other team is shooting bricks like, well, Miami was.
Yep.
Holy smokes.
I knew I was working today 5 minutes into the game.
You just like they were basically down 8 the entire time. And
every one of my highlights has Drake ahead.
Man,
it's not good. Not good.
Well, it's about time Drake got a victory.
Yeah.
That hurts.
What?
It's a point, though.
Thank you.
Point for Tobin.
We get out a little early, baby. We get out like 120-ish today.
Yeah. I replied, even the Canes like Hawk and Crowder.
You know what, though? At least we had good intentions. We were rooting for the Canes.
Yeah.
They were rooting against the Canes.
How dare they?
Mark Hockman claims he's a Miami Hurricane. Ridiculous. He's rooting so he could get an afternoon off. Bullhunky. Wow. Crazy. Canes, by the way, back in action tomorrow on the football field. We were just talking about Joe Zagaki's travel schedule. Like, he's getting his Herb Street on.
Oh, so he does the game today and then flies back here.
Yep.
Well, he just come back with how many games do they play?
I think they go back on Sunday.
If they win.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, well, there's that. Who do they play today?
Who cares?
Don't say that.
I'm sorry.
Don't say that.
Oh, FAU won.
Yeah.
Today they play Oklahoma State.
All right.
Both 3-1.
Marcus Smart ain't walking through that door.
I don't think so.
Yeah, but a 3-1 schedule in the beginning of a basketball season is by far.
Yeah, the team they beat on last week, that team had a lot of names for their school.
Oh, that's never a good time.
You know, I think it was like Gordon Ramsay's Culinary Arts Institute.
Le Cordon Bleu. They went against Le Cordon Bleu.
Oh man. But the Canes football team on the field tomorrow, 8:00 is our coverage, taking on Wake Forest as the Miami Hurricanes. Look, they control their own destiny. This is where they're at right now.
So here's all I'm looking for. Because everybody's going to look at that Canes defense and say they're not disciplined, right? They're not going to maintain their lanes. They're going to try to be me players instead of we players, being that they're going to go try to make the play instead of doing their responsibility on that play. And so you might see a lot of motion and a lot of, trickery just because they are susceptible to the big play and they run all over the place. And so if I'm going to look early in the game, because I know I don't care what kind of offense you have, every offense comes with motion, and you're just going to try to vary that a little bit to confuse them. That's what I would do. Whatever my offense is, I'm going to have more movement to try to confuse them, because whenever they get confused, you gash them.
There's just been a propensity to give up the big play all year. That's been, it's been an issue
because guys not being where they're supposed to be, or again, when you have the pass rushers that you have, and you have that stud in Bane, right? Something's supposed to be happening in the backfield because you very rarely gonna play against.
They have good names, but I don't think Barron's had a sack since I don't think it was since Ball State. So they need, those guys do need to step up for sure.
Because that if you're not getting pressure on the quarterback, you are asking a lot for the part of your defense that is considered the weakest, which is the secondary.
Mm-hmm.
So what you have to do is turn up the pressure. You got to find ways to get pressure on the quarterback because most of the big plays they give up are plays where they got to guard somebody for longer than 3.5 seconds.
Schmieden says cheeks are going to be tight if Wake Forest scores a touchdown on their first drive.
Yes, they should be.
I don't think so, though. Like the thing with the Canes is they've lived in. Well, hear me out on this. The Canes have lived in uncomfortability in tight cheek games all year.
Okay, but have you had enough of it? And it can't happen again. What happened last week?
I'm not saying it can't. No. I'm not saying it can't happen, but I don't think there's going to be like a shell. There's definitely you're not going to shake. Maybe he's referring to the fans, but I don't think the fans have been through wilder stuff than an opening drive by an underdog.
Yeah, but the problem is that if you see that early in the game and the Canes get down, aren't you going to ask the question, what are we doing? I thought that we understood, we don't have the talent on one side of the ball to be able to do this week after week after week. And we're doing the same thing.
Yeah, I think the thing that's going to be you just can't have Wake Forest be having these elongated drives, like that's got to be the thing is because everyone's going to do the Georgia Tech of trying to keep Cam Ward off the field.
Right.
And so like if you get into this position where you're down 10-0 just something happened, a penalty, whatever, you tripped up, the offense is getting off to a slow start and they're keeping the ball 5-6 minutes a chunk. That's the type of stuff that is going to get annoying and because then your chances and your margin for error is going to get smaller. But they've been through some adverse games this year. That's not a place I'm nervous with them.
Like again, see, you may not be nervous, but then why put yourself in that situation when football could happen?
Yeah,
and you keep playing that game.
But the team is what it is, Leroy. Like when we're talking about they're going for their 10th win, you are who you are. Like I'm not gonna sit here and be like, well, this is gonna be the game. The Canes are not gonna make any crazy mistake. Maybe they do. I mean, Wake Forest isn't a great team. They're an under 500 team. They don't have a ton of weapons. They're going to try and run. Yes, that has had some formula of success against the Canes, but it's only gotten them got once.
Right.
And
okay, but here's the deal. Okay. There's certain things that have nothing to do with talent that's plaguing this team. Okay? And one of those things is being where you're supposed to be on the football field. Outside guys haven't contained, right? Something as simple as that. That has nothing to do with talent. And when you make mistakes that have nothing to do with talent, you can lose to a team that doesn't have any because you're not playing responsible football.
Okay, but ultimately, this team's given up 40 pieces, 5 times this year?
Who, Wake Forest?
Wake Forest. And you're one of the best offenses in the country.
Okay.
And
but I guess my problem is I'm thinking bigger picture.
Oh, look, that's fair. I'm talking about but right now, I want to see the team come back and have, I want to see
the team get better. I want to see him fix what ailed them the last game. That's all I want to see.
Mario, you better have had Lance Guidry in a dungeon film room, okay? Because you had the bye week. No, you had the bye week, and you stink off the bye week, okay? So you better come off this bye week prepared, dude, because the good coaches use the bye.
Hey.
Good point.
I would say this. Regardless of how we feel about, we have just two different views of this, right? No, neither's wrong. You just think they can keep playing the same style of football.
I just don't expect.
I
them to
have
do
a
something.
bigger picture. And that bigger picture is if you are doing the same things that have nothing to do with talent week after week after week, there's a different problem there. And so when I watch this game, I want to see them improve on those things. Like, are they where they're supposed to be? Are they containing the football? Are they playing disciplined defense? Things like that. Because even if you don't have talent, or even if you're not as talented, right? Playing disciplined football can get you out of a lot of binds. And if you don't do that, and then you're not as talented as you thought, you can have some real problems. So that's what I want to see. I want to see, hey, they run that wide receiver sweep. I want to see somebody upfield turn it in. That's fundamental football. That's basic football.
Yeah, I get you, but like I don't think that I don't think they're incapable of having a performance at home, 24-point favorite against a team that really they do have a lot more talent than. I'm not even
Yes.
talking about like they have a lot more firepower than they do. And honestly, I wouldn't even mind them going into a route where they kind of did with FSU, where they dictate the terms of the game. It wasn't, necessarily the most flashy game in the world, but you knew that FSU really had no shot in that game.
Right.
And they kind of just they just took it out of them. And yeah, those big plays every now and then, but they just got to get right.
We should see in the first few minutes of the game if the team as a whole is angry and pissed off that they lost against Georgia.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that means your team got some fight.
Right.
Like, we ain't going out like this. Right. So I'd be interested to see.
I bet Cam Ward's the kind of guy too. Like, he's seething over the way that Georgia Tech game ended. Because even though you shouldn't always rely on him to pull miracles, and you shouldn't always rely on him.
He's probably pissed off that he didn't give him a real chance.
Like that fumble's been eating him alive. He's he just seems like that type of dude.
I hate mistakes. Critical mistakes on bye week are the worst. Because even as a player, even if that didn't determine the game, your input had something to do with it, and you can't just, it's not like basketball or baseball or hockey. In a couple of nights, you back at it. It's once a week, and then bye week, that's, you got a week off. So it eats at you. It does.
We'll take a quick break here on the program. More to come here on the show. We got a Dolphins game to get to as well. And Tyreek Hill, some thoughts on Tua and Marcus's hopes that he was going to be more mobile. Take a break. Back after this.
And the way the sunlight plays upon her head.
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program.
Is Cam Newton on First Take?
Sure is. He does every Friday.
Okay, because somebody just says, who is this clown with the big hat? And I said, I'm not watching, but I think it's Cam Newton.
He is wearing a shirt. You remember, Marcos, you ever wear in the art classes back in the day, you ever steal one of your parents' shirts and you had to use the oversized shirt as your smock?
Yeah.
And it had all the paint on. That's what the shirt that he looks like that he's wearing.
It really does.
It looks like it went through an entire what the hell is the thing the artists wear on their thumb? Is that a palette? Is that what they call that?
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, did you see this story? Speaking of art, Art Basel. I think it's not that far off, right? Art Basel is usually in December.
2 weeks away.
2 weeks away for Art Basel.
Oh, real quick, if you guys want to attend a game show, I'll be having. Okay.
Go ahead.
December 8th at the Deck in Wynwood. We'll be doing the best damn brunch show ever. 1 p.m.
You should call it Smart Basel.
All right. Well, we'll be working on the name.
But did you see there was this story yesterday? I was very confused by this. You remember the story? One of the most famous Art Basel stories. We all know this, right? What
the
sold
banana?
The banana.
Yes.
The banana sold for like $150,000.
Correct.
Remember, some guy came up and ate it.
Yeah.
But this is where I just didn't understand art anymore, because they were explaining to me, no, the banana keeps getting replaced. It's not the same banana. It's concept.
Yeah.
That is the art. I just saw that the concept of this just sold for $6 million.
The banana thing again?
Yes.
It's still making money?
Yes.
How is that possible?
I don't know, dude.
The concept of that.
I was like, wait, what?
What's to stop me from doing that at my house?
You
though?
can't. I mean, I guess you could, but
Well,
it's not the same.
It's not like
This Italian artist, whoever came up with it, I was like, this doesn't seem that. And I was like, is this a real? I was like reading it. It's NPR.
No, this is real. Yeah, 6.2 million.
What is that?
Wow.
I don't understand art, dude.
I got to tell you.
What is going on?
A banana?
Hey, Al Mackey said it the best. Legal money laundering.
He's right.
If you don't spend
That's
$6
what
million on a banana.
Is this how Loria made his money? Because he was an art dealer.
Yeah.
Is this how he got a baseball team?
Yep. Art dealer.
Like, what do you mean $6 million for a banana? Why not just do it yourself? You can do it yourself if you wanted it in your mansion. You know how many bananas you could buy for $6 million?
Right?
A lifetime supply of bananas. You would have a new ripe banana every day if you wanted to. Why would you have to pay the $6 million for the concept?
Doesn't make sense.
I'm very confused.
Also, if I were to tape another fruit to the wall, am I like violating the idea?
I mean,
like,
$6 million should be allowed to do with the banana whatever I want. Oh, as a crypto investor, of course.
Of course. Another
You know
way
what?
of
Al
laundering.
Macco's probably spot on.
Definitely laundering.
It smells like laundering.
So this year, I take a grapefruit and I tape it to the wall. Is that like copyright infringement? Or am I just like doom 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 doom? That's a little different.
Justin Sun, Chinese-born cryptocurrency entrepreneur, 34 years old.
Oh yeah, you're not fooling me, dude.
That is something a 34-year-old crypto bro would want to do. I'm gonna buy the banana piece, but for $6 million.
You guys remember that banana piece? I got it in my house. $6 million.
The banana
You
part of
ain't
the
got
piece is
nowhere near that banana.
called Comedian, created by Italian artist Maurizio Catalan. After a battle with 6 others for the artwork at an auction in New York City on Wednesday, the founder of the cryptocurrency Tron paid for the fruit of his labor in crypto. Quote, I believe this piece will inspire more thought and discussion in the future and will become part of history. I am honored to be part of this iconic work and look forward to it sparking further inspiration and impact of art enthusiasts around the world. And he says he plans to eat his multi-million-dollar investment. He says, in the coming days, I'll personally eat the banana as part of a unique artistic experience, honoring both its place in art history and popular culture. He says snacking won't change the investment. However, his $6.2 million awarded to him a roll of duct tape and instructions on how to install the banana properly.
Oh my God!
Most importantly,
think about this:
certificate of authenticity guaranteeing the artwork. Hold on 1 second. So let me get this straight. What? I'm making the art every day.
He just give you instructions. Oh my God!
I don't, Leroy.
You understand? You could buy the most expensive Bugatti. And actually drive it, and not have to change the oil yourself, right? I could put that painting, that $6.2 million painting, in the back of my truck and go to work, and nobody would steal it because they would say I got a rotten ass banana in the back of my thing. You guys will make fun of me, saying, he's upgraded now, chicken bones, now old bananas.
Oh, you want to hear from the art dealer? This is rich. The soon-to-be devoured banana wasn't included in his winnings as the fruit tends to rot quickly. What? But the value of the artwork isn't the banana itself. It's derived from the certificate accompanying the purchase. Quote, what you buy when you buy Catalan's Comedian is not a banana itself, but a certificate of authenticity that grants the owner the permission and the authority to reproduce this banana and duct tape on their wall as it was an original artwork by Maurizio Catalan. I hate this. I hate this.
I think the guy was sitting playing Sudoku on the toilet, and his art guy told him, you better come up with something quick. And that's what he did.
$6 million? $6 million?
Yeah,
I thought it was stupid when it sold for $120,000. It was ridiculous.
Yes,
I'm going to Art Basel. This is it. I'm going to Art Basel. I'm making my own thing.
No, you're not.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to Art Basel.
No, you're not.
Why can't I do this? Why can't I come up with something like this?
I love that.
I'm going to go out there. I'm going to have a microwave.
Yes.
And I'm just going to make popcorn. And that's going to be art.
Yes.
And I'm going to be like, guess what? You get to buy my concept of art. All right. This is Tobin's idea of art.
Yep.
And you're going to get to buy popcorn. All the popcorn you want, and you get to keep making popcorn. $6 million, please.
Yes. You're onto something with that.
I don't understand.
No, this is strange. You know what else you can get for $6 million? A wide receiver, best known for one catch, who attends Heat games on his days off and doesn't really do anything.
Why
you wanted him, you bum? Wait a minute. Wait.
Come on.
-1 to yourself because we got in a Tobin wasn't here and we argued a whole show over this.
Yeah.
And now you're making it. Oh my goodness.
Still got time to turn it around.
It says 3 editions of Comedian were created and sold, with one going to the Guggenheim collection.
Oh, who can forget the Guggenheim?
Thanks to an anonymous donor.
What?
Who's the donor?
So
Chiquita
now even Guggenheim is saying, we got to change this damn banana every day.
How is the Guggenheim thinking? You're the Guggenheim. How is the Guggenheim allowing this to happen? What's next? The Met?
Oh. You know one of them artsy fartsy people will buy it.
This shouldn't be allowed in the Miami Shores Art Museum, let alone the Guggenheim.
This shouldn't be on the wall at a McDonald's.
No, that'd be gross.
Wow.
Yes.
Tobin, clearly not an artsman. I am an artsman.
Oh.
But this isn't art. This is stupid.
No, you're not. You're not an artsman.
I feel like an artsman. Schmieden says. Schmieden says Tobin should tape a poppy seed bagel to a piece of wood and call it Art Bagel.
I wish I would have thought of that. I would have kept that quiet. Debuted it.
This is crazy. Dude. This is craziness to me. A man who may be fooling us all also as an artist is Jameis Winston. Oh, and Jameis Winston yesterday before the game, he was so excited to play in the snow.
That's right.
Here he was before the game with Amazon Prime.
You have said you don't become a Brown until you beat the Steelers. What will it take tonight?
The horse is prepared for battle, but victory comes from the Lord. So I'm dependent on the Lord.
Is that the message to the team?
Day by day, one play at a time. That's the message.
weather conditions tonight. We're expecting winds up to 15 miles per hour in a wintry mix. How will that impact your ability to throw the ball?
I am so happy and grateful that the Lord has blessed me to play in some snow, to be in true football weather in Cleveland, Ohio, at Huntington Bank Field today to give him the glory. It's a beautiful day.
Sure feels like you're playing in the AFC North.
It is. It's magical. Thank you.
It is magical.
Hey, let me tell you something, and I keep saying this. The players got to play in it anyway, right? The fans go crazy. Soon as that first, hey, it's snowing. Let's take off our clothes. Woo! And like they kept showing this naked guy that looked like Chris Farley.
He was big.
Oh, he looked just like Chris Farley. And he kept doing
that dude definitely has the sniffles this morning, right? Or is he just so used to it?
No, he's sick for sure. And he's hungover.
No, dude, he got up this morning and went to work.
My wife walked out for 1 second. All of a sudden, she comes out sneezing. I'm like, man, got you quick.
Dude, I was outside. I'm telling you, shorts, and
that's the thing that infuriated her with me because I was complaining how cold it was. She goes, "You're wearing a sweater and bare feet." I'm like, well, yeah, my feet don't get cold.
That's strange.
My feet get cold immediately.
My feet don't get cold. It's a weird thing.
And Big Spoon, I don't know what it is with the heat she got in her body, because the colder I get, the hotter she gets. And then she elbows me in the face. I'm like, you're like a little hot rock. Get off me. You're cold.
I don't know what pisses me off more, honestly, the Art Basel or cryptocurrency, because they're kind of the same art and cryptocurrency. Like, I don't know but I always just thought art is supposed to be something beautifully created.
Yeah.
You use creativity. And then you're like, I need to have that.
You shouldn't have art and say it's a concept.
Right.
Right. Concept is cars.
That's what this whole thing with NFT came around. It's a concept.
Oh, I think that was like, what are we even doing?
That was short-lived.
Very short-lived.
No, you know what got popular again? Which makes it baseball cards, football cards. That got popular again. I understand. You could physically hold it.
Yeah.
Trying to explain to me NFT, you're gonna love this. It's the official UFC 249 NFT. I'm like, huh?
I got 3 words for that.
Here was Jameis after the game, after he got to play in his first game with his. Did he say he have a horse? The horse was prepared for battle?
Yes. It was Proverbs 21:31. The horse is prepared for the day of battle, but victory belongs to the Lord.
Love Proverbs. Here's Jameis Winston.
Really?
I was just praying on the sideline because that fourth quarter, it really was like it was a whole paradigm shift. Like we were playing so well offensively, and then bang, bang, back-to-back drives with turnovers. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like this is really an NFL's filmed moment. The snow starts pouring down. It starts getting like I felt like my feet started getting heavy because I'm squishing through the snow. And man, it was so good, and it was so great to end up getting that win.
Man is emotional right now.
He needs to get out of the league and get on television right now.
Oh, he's gonna be before football games on some stage, some altar. He's gonna be selling. He's gonna be doing something. You know, everybody thought it was gonna be Tebow all those years. It's gonna be Jameis.
Oh, it's Jameis is the guy.
But see, here's the kicker about
you hear that, Fitzpatrick.
The kicker about Jameis is he is like that in real life. I played 18 holes of golf with him. He is that way.
Did he pray every hole?
He's not, put it this way, he's very like, yes, sir, no, sir, very like cordial, very like, yeah, he's like, when I see people on TV, like, I don't ever get mad at Deion Sanders. You know why? That's who he is, right? That guy been that way his whole career. He don't drink, he don't curse, right? And so from that standpoint, I'm not going, if I have a problem with him, it's a me problem. Because he probably handles himself a lot better than I do. So I can't be mad. People say they don't like Deion. I don't like what he's doing. I don't like Deion. Why? You see what I mean? We need to get past all that. And, you know, Jameis got caught in some spots or whatever. But the overall person, and everybody will tell you about Jameis, that's a good dude that keeps it real, and he ain't,
He's gone. His speeches have gone from straight ridiculous, where he was eating a W. He's become very spiritual.
Yes.
Like very spiritual. And I'm nothing wrong with spirituality, but I do think God's probably like, this guy's calling again.
Yeah.
Jameis, I got the thanks for the snow.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, like it is. I think for the home team, for like players who are used to playing, you don't ever get. And here's the thing: you don't ever get used to playing in the snow. You don't. You just deal with it. And people say, "Oh, our team's outdoors when you come up there." No, you're going through the same misery, but you're just, you've done it before, so you just deal with it.
Look, you guys haven't had a lousy football season, and Jameis is, I mean, I'm sure people are already rooting for Jameis and Joe Flacco more than they have for Deshaun Watson, who it's just been a misery with him.
Yes.
The Browns' best story 2 years in a row is their backup.
I know.
Very sad.
Because everybody looks at
But wait. That wasn't the backup, though. That's like the third one.
Joe.
You see what I mean? That's what's crazy. And they want to fire the coach. I'm like, do you understand that this man has had 6 or 7 quarterbacks in the last 2 years and still winning football games, and you want to get rid of the coach?
You just beat the division leader. Crazy, dude. Anyway.
Oh, by the way, I got something for you guys.
Okay.
Cherry Cola Celsius.
Oh, you found it. You went on the hunt for it?
I just got the places that sell it, and I ordered some.
There you go.
Smart.
We'll take a break. We will get into some Dolphins. Our Tua is next.
It's time for our Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua. It's our Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Tonga Vailoa. Not
Tua Tagovailoa.
A for effort. Dolphins quarterback.
Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua.
Tua.
Tua, Tua, Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Can go to hell. Tua Tagovailoa. Dolphins quarterback.
Daddy loves you guys.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of food.
Hour 2 of the program, ladies and gentlemen. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Miami Dolphins getting ready for the New England Patriots in their building coming up on Sunday at 1 o'clock.
Are you worried about one team more than the other?
Am I worried about one team more than the other? You mean like between the Canes and Dolphins?
Yeah.
I guess if I had to be worried about one team more than the other, I would be more worried about the Dolphins than I am the Hurricanes.
I agree.
You know, they still have, but I mean, I do think the offense is playing a lot better. I really do. I think that they're playing a lot better. Obviously, these ability to sustain drives has been pretty great. You know, I miss the bomb skis, but you know, I got to grow up at some point. I guess I'm just not going to get what I want. So, you know, it is what it is. Me and Cheetah both got to grow up. We're blockers now. That's what we are. You know, we're a grinded out type of team. You know, it's not the greatest show on surf anymore.
I mean, you do realize that, you know, defenses can play accordingly.
Yeah, no, you know,
and like if you still get caught up in the deep ball, that means you're forcing it. So
love to force a deep ball. One time, can we just give one shot, baby?
But every now and then they will have a play where they say we're just chucking it deep. But the way these games have played out, you've never really been in a situation where you've kind of had a free play. I mean, because a lot of these drives, you might go 2nd and 5 and then 3rd and 4. And, you know, you want to keep the drive moving. So you say get the first. And then the outside runway end up at 2nd and 13 or 2nd and 14. And now you're behind the chains and you got to, you know, catch up. So, like, there's really never been, like, real opportunities to just go ahead on and take a shot down the field because you've had a chance to continue to move the ball. And kudos to the offense. You know, I'm going to say this over and over again. It is really hard. And most defenses play daring you to have a 10-play drive.
Mm-hmm.
And the Dolphins did it twice to perfection. So they've shown a lot in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, and you definitely got to see. I would, you know, the defense does have to tighten up a little bit more for the Dolphins, much like they do for the Canes, because they've also had some pretty big whiffs on some tackles and some plays like that.
Yeah,
you know, so you got to be wary of that. Drake May obviously adds another element that Jacoby Brissett just didn't. You know, Jacoby Brissett was basically there, and he was like, he's here not to screw it up.
Right.
And they're going to let their rookie screw it up. You know, they're going to let him loose a little bit, and so.
And he can move a little bit. He can move. He got some wheels on him.
Yep, and that's giving the Dolphins some issues.
Mobile, dude.
Speaking of mobility,
well, when you have your two best pass rushers, Calais Campbell and Zach Sealer, they ain't running too many people down.
Chop's been doing good though.
Chop has been doing Chop's
like, it's crazy because it's like he is the ultimate like metrics darling. You know, if you go to like any of these PFFs or any of these things, he's like amongst the best in the league of causing havoc and pressures. And
he's always there.
He just doesn't get that many sacks. He's got 2 of them in the last 3 weeks. So maybe that stuff will come, but it does definitely feel like a kid who is coming into his own like halfway through the year. Well, like Jalen Phillips did. You know, you got to this kind of halfway point through the year. And, you know, yes, he is not Jared Verse. Jared Verse is having a crazy season. You know, the Rams may have another Aaron Donald on their hands. That guy's doing everything. He's probably going to win Defensive Rookie of the Year. But Chop's been doing pretty well in his own right. But Cheetah, he wanted to talk about Tua's mobility, and he was asked about that. And here was Tyreek Hill.
Frank Smith was saying today that he's seen Tua grow in the area of scramble drill.
Right.
Tell me about that.
Yeah. My biggest thing is he's not fat anymore, so he can move. He's more mobile. I don't know what more to say, but he looks amazing. I don't know what to say.
Hey,
I think you said it.
Hey, no, wait. Y'all better not ever say anything to me about fat shaming.
What do you mean, dude? 2 wrongs don't make a right.
Because that dude just fat shamed Mr. Beloved.
His QB.
It's like he said, let me see. I don't really know how to say this. He's not as fat.
Mobile though, dude, right?
No, he's not here.
Yeah.
He's elusive.
Yep.
He's not mobile.
Plays.
No. It's not a matter of being mobile. You don't have to be a quarterback that's mobile, but you have to be able to move within the pocket and around the line of scrimmage to be able to buy some more time and then make plays down the field. That's all that is. Right?
That play that he did have where, he's running out of the pocket and Cheetah's running with him in the end zone, that was a great play.
Yeah.
And then he had the one the week before on Monday Night Football where he did the spin move to Raheem Mostert. That was cool.
Come on. And you wanted him to just sit back.
But he's
there.
not running for you.
Marcos, there are guys who are not considered running quarterbacks that can buy themselves time in the pocket by being no, that's not what you said.
That's all I wanted.
You wanted him to be. You basically wanted him to be. Who? Let me think.
His over under every week is 5 yards at the most.
You wanted old boy to be Lamar Jackson.
No,
that's the way you were talking.
You wanted him to be Samoan Lamar Jackson.
Look, I was right, just like Timbo says.
What?
Just admit Marcos is right. If it was up to you guys, I'd have a statue back there who's like, defense, and that's it. You know what? But now he's scrambling, he's moving around.
Frog Boy wanted Latua Jackson.
Did says Leroy fat shamed some random media guy at the heat facility. Dude,
no,
not even
wasn't a media guy. The guy, hold on. I did not fat shame him.
Okay, dude.
But I did question his booty shorts. He had on booty shorts.
Some poor guy from Sweden who was here to see the Heat from an international tour to see the Heat facility goes, "You sure about the decision?"
Hey, let me say this. If he came all the way from Sweden, nobody questioned that choice.
I don't know what the Swedes wear.
Dude, they were snug. That y'all got on.
I know they're snug. I don't need to say it into an empty gymnasium where it's gonna bounce off the ceiling.
I was whispering.
No,
that's whispering.
You think you were whispering, dude?
Hey, it's not whispering if all 4 of us can hear it.
Yeah, and also I saw him crying at the free throw line.
Let's hear a little bit more from the Cheetah, who says he's getting badgered from fantasy owners and gamblers because of his low numbers.
Guilty.
Yeah, we don't really care about none of that, dog. As long as we winning, plus we already got our back end, so we good. I feel like a lot of people get football mixed up with, stats and, worrying about, what a guy's doing instead of worrying about, the win-loss column. I was just saying this to my dad the other day. I said a lot of people has taken the game that I grew up loving so much and turning it into like betting and turning it into like fantasy numbers and stuff like that. It's like I can't even enjoy a day out with my wife and my kids. Somebody always walking up to me is like, "I drafted you number 1 and you've been having the worst fantasy season of your career." And it's like, bro, I do not literally care. Like, I'm with my family. Like, it's like, bro, like, only thing I care about is the Miami Dolphins winning games. And me and Jada, we obviously understand that. That means we got to block. 1,000 times to get teams out of cover 2 or cover 4 or whatever the case may be, we'll do that. You know, we'll come down and crack some safeties or pin some DNs, whatever we got to do, you know. So,
hey,
all for the team.
Can we get the box ready?
Hmm?
Al Mackey said the guy from an organization that actively chased 2,000 yards.
Not only that, hold on. Not only that, was it not 2 weeks ago, or I guess it would have been 3 weeks ago when Tua returned, where he told the fantasy owners, quote, "Strike up the band, we're back, baby."
Amazon Prime.
What? He tells whoppers to the media. He does. And nobody imagined it. Except
nobody. Hey, you know what? Look, good.
We'd be like, oh, if it was anybody else, we'd be like, oh, Cheetah, that's a terrible story. It's just his track record of telling the truth is not great.
It has been a letdown, though. His obsession with blocking this season.
It's not his obsession.
But you see, here's the thing. You want me to tell you why he does that?
To make himself look good?
No. Let me tell you why. Because the other teams think this. And this is how my team used to treat certain receivers. If you double them and take them out of the game in the first quarter, they'll quit. So instead of having maybe 5 catches in the second half, they'll have 1, and they'll be mad because they weren't getting no shots early in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And what Tyreek does is he says things so that people don't think they could just take him out of the game and he's done for the whole game. And there's a lot of receivers that you can do that to. That if they're not getting opportunities early on in the game, then those routes aren't as crisp. They're not running as hard when they go downfield, right? And so there's receivers like that. And that's what you hear them talk too. They talk after the game saying, well, I didn't even get any, I didn't get nothing going on early in the game. I wasn't even in the game plan or whatever. You hear this all the time.
Yep.
And there's defenses that go out of their way to take these guys out of the game to see if they're going to react like that. So Tyreek comes back and he says, I'm just trying to win games. Those are the worst guys because now you got to, if you're not doing it the whole game, you know he's going to get a shot. And guess what? As the game goes on, Tyreek starts getting balls thrown to him and he start making plays. That's how they got to do it. That's how you have to do it.
We'll take a quick break here on the program. Back with more after this.
I like the players.
No diggity.
Welcome back, you rascals. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. We're going to tickle Leroy's fancy coming on up. Go over the week 12.
It was Day South. It is sampled.
From?
I can't think of the
God's
name.
Savvy.
I can't think of the song right.
I did the original.
Yeah, Bill Withers. There it is.
Use Me?
Huh?
No, Grandma's Hands.
Oh.
Bill Withers did it.
Yes, Bill Withers did Grandma's Hands, which was sampled by Blackstreet in No Diggity.
Yeah.
By the way, congratulations to unanimous MVPs, Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani.
Hey, like, was there any doubt?
Nah. I think these were pretty easy decisions.
Now, what the hell are they going to do when he starts pitching again?
What do you mean? Do what they did in the AL. He's going to win it every year.
You think he may win it like 5 or 6 times?
What is he? Already got 3, I think.
He's got 3.
I may never make.
He's not even 30 yet.
3 in both leagues, and he's got what now in each?
No, he's
league?
got 2. He's
How many
got
guys
2
have
in
done
one
that?
league and 1 in the other.
How many guys have won both and won the MLB in both leagues? I feel like Frank Robinson did that.
I think it's been what?
He's won MVP 3 out of the last 4 years. That's crazy. He's good, man. Poor Clayton McCullough.
Wow. It is the only other person is Frank Robinson.
Come on, dude.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty
Hey,
good.
give him a point.
For Tobin!
McCullough's got to go down to this team.
Okay.
It's going from Shohei Ohtani to no pay Ohtani.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh. Bruce Sherman sitting here badgering the media. Like, really? That's what you're doing, dude? Come on. This is what we're going to do here. You better keep Sandy. Show me you want to pay. Keep Sandy. Let's see.
That's what they said, right? In their press conference. The plan is.
I asked him about it, and he was like, he's going to start opening day. I'm like, he says he loves Sandy. He says we're going to start him opening day. That's not what I asked.
Okay.
Is he a long-term piece?
That means no. That means no. That's
-1 for wiggle room.
That's the equivalent of he's our quarterback.
Yeah,
Tua's
pretty
our
much.
quarterback.
Pretty much, dude.
Here's the problem. Here's what terrifies me when stars are here. You haven't proven to me as a front office person for the Marlins that you can get the haul needed to turn your franchise around.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the problem. You're getting rid of these stars and you're not getting anything in return.
Yeah, I can't really get on Bendix about that yet because he hasn't really had a guy.
No, I know, but still, to us, it's the same cycle.
You know, like they traded Jazz, which is frustrating. Obviously, Jazz had an incredible start to his Yankees career, and they ended up going to the World Series. And we all liked watching Jazz Chisholm play baseball, so that was kind of a bummer. What? Yeah, when he played. Yeah, when he played. Seems like he nailed the Trevor Rogers deal. Seems like everybody raved about that. Trevor Rogers, that dude was lefty Chris Volstad. Like he had 4 good months of being a Marlin, and I don't know what happened to him. But for them to go get 2 top Oriole prospects, that seemingly objectively seems to be a very good move that he made in getting Norby and Stowers. But it's one of these things. I keep telling you guys, it's not about the pay right now. I'm like, can they actually find guys who can hit and future stars? Like, can they do that? That's what I'm dying. Because like, there's been down years, baby. I like the 06, 07, 08 era. I liked Ugla and Hanley and Mike Jacobs and all that stuff. I enjoyed that.
Why do I get the feeling, and tell me if I'm off on this, the only time this team hits it big with all these decisions that they make is out of pure luck? Because I've never seen them have a trade when they go, oh, this guy's going to be good, and you get him, or a draft pick, or anything of that nature where you said he was going to be good and he ended up being good. It happens just as I just need to dump this guy. Let's get what we can.
The Yelich trade, which again is not Peter Bendick, so I just want to be clear.
Right? No, I'm not putting it on anybody.
I'm not putting it on anybody. Just saying, like the history of the organization,
right?
Exactly. Even since the deadbeat Jeets era, which
right,
what a bum.
But so like I don't. Every time I see a player that I've seen perform, I never want to get rid of them because the guys that they've brought in have not, not even close. We were asking questions. Huh?
Yeah, it's supposed to be the Canes.
Yeah, I'm watching the Charleston Classic on ESPN right now, Leroy.
That is
showing us, baby.
Dang.
I tell you what, Drake, don't lose.
They're taking on FAU. We're going. I want Drake to lose. I'm rooting for the Owls.
Nah, I didn't realize they were going against FAU. I just didn't want them to then get blown out after blowing us out. But I didn't realize we were going against Hoot.
Nah, go Owls.
The future school of Ray Lewis.
I don't think it is going to be the future school of Ray Lewis. That seemed like it was complete bull bleep.
Allegedly. Why did that even come out, though? I got so happy.
It's weird. I don't know.
Let me explain something to you. Normally, guys that end up doing this have gotten their feet wet and kind of know what they're getting into as far as time. Yep. It's not a knowledge thing. It's a time thing. And that's the thing you have to understand. Everybody thought that with Dion. He just got into coaching, right? But he had spent time at it with his kids, right? So he was fully aware of the time that it was going to take, and he was okay with that. Sometimes guys don't realize how much time it is consumed. It's very time consuming.
Take a break. Go over the football games coming up this week. We tickle Leroy's fancy next. Guys, we all know one place you always want your fancy tickled. Oh. And that's in the bedroom, dude. So if you want me to give you the ultimate feather duster, why don't you try Blue Chew? Wow. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in a chewable form and at a fraction of the cost. And the great part about it, it's all online. You don't have to go to the doctor. There's no waiting in line at the pharmacy. There's no awkward conversations that you got to have. Ships right to you in a discreet package. And I got a great deal for all our listeners out there. You guys can try Blue Chew for free. You guys have heard me tell you about this, all right? Using the promo code. What promo code is that again? I seem to have lost it in my notes here, Froggy.
Show Pony.
Ah, that's right. Show Pony. You put in the code word Show Pony at checkout. You pay just $5 for shipping, but you're getting your first month of Blue Chew for free. All by using the promo code ShowPony. You're not going to be a teaser horse anymore, buddy. You're going to be a real stallion in the bedroom. So go to BlueChew.com. Use the promo code ShowPony. Get that first month for free at BlueChew.com. BlueChew.com.
My
say.
This time, ladies and gentlemen, to Tickle Leroy's. Who runs it?
My fancy is tickled.
Got some breaking NFL news. Leroy made us aware during the break. Daniel Jones has been released by the New York Giants. Giants owner, Giants president John Mara on Daniel Jones. This was a statement that he just put out. Daniel came to see me this morning and asked if we would release him. We mutually agreed that it would be best for him and for the team. Daniel has been a great representative of our organization, first class in every way. His handling of this situation yesterday exemplifies that. We are disappointed with how things have worked out. We hold Daniel in high regard and have a great appreciation for him. We wish him nothing but the best for the future.
You did a lot to make sure he was successful too, right? Oh, I'm sorry. You got rid of Saquon. You haven't had a number one receiver till this year. You've had 3 head coaches. Yeah, that's a real path to success for your quarterback.
I don't know how common this is, Leroy, but it doesn't seem common. But they had him playing practice or scout team safety yesterday.
And that's when he walked in and said,
I was like, oh my God, that's such
well, it's not here. It's not unheard of.
Wow.
Because you only have 40 something guys. So everybody had to do scout team. But that was a sign of you're probably not going to play quarterback no more.
Jeez.
Once you make that change, you can't go back.
Hey guys, scout team's heading over to the table. Shh, move over.
He said he wasn't even good enough to play scout team quarterback.
No, he wasn't scout team quarterback. They made him scout team safety.
But keep in mind, the guys who play scout team have to line up on both sides of the ball. You're just doing a card.
Oh, I don't know. Well, listen, that's why I asked you, is it common or not? But it seemed like a humiliating thing they did to him.
Everybody had to do scout team. Everybody had to do scout team. Now, like in the situation like with running backs, you have a bunch of them, right? And a couple of them only do special teams. Then you don't have to because you got a lot of guys at your position. But sometimes me and Robert had to run scout team. I remember when I first got to Minnesota, one of the guys said, hey, we're going to rotate at scout team here. I said, no, we are not.
I also have another Jet story that'll make Leroy laugh because I know he loves making fun of the Jets, but we got to get to Tickle My Fancy. I'll save that for the top.
Okay, save it. It would be the first thing you save.
What? You yelled at me about teasing the other day.
That's true. You walked out of the studio.
1 o'clock, Leroy.
Yes.
The New England Patriots visit the Miami Dolphins, who are 7.5-point favorites at home. Tickle your fancy?
It does. I for some reason, I'm getting a feeling that this game is going to be close. Not because the Dolphins are playing poorly, but because in the last few weeks, the last few weeks, the Patriots have played a lot better since Drake May has gotten in there. They still lack a lot, they don't have a lot of talent. They don't have the talent that Miami has, but they've kept a lot of games really close by just sucking the life out of the football.
Well, moving on. NFC North, excuse me. The Minnesota Vikings at 8-2 visit the Bears. They're 3.5-point favorites in Chicago, Leroy.
Chicago's 3.5-point favorite?
Minnesota in Chicago.
Oh, I was getting ready to say because I don't know what the hell happened to Chicago. They have been horrible.
Andrew Van Ginkel has 8 sacks on the season.
Yep.
Just so you know, everybody.
Just so you know. I'm going to say this about that. We talked about that before the season even started, right? It was like, why wouldn't you keep a guy who you knew was producing when you don't know when your 2 main pass rushers is going to come back?
Did he sign a multi-year deal? Like, is Van Ginkel going to at least get the bag this summer?
I think he signed like a 2-year deal or something.
Man, I would hold out.
Well, he was asking for $10 million a year.
2 year, $20 million.
Yeah.
Can't believe they didn't pay that. Stupid move.
He has 8 sacks, 13 tackles for a loss, which Leroy says
Pick six
on another person.
He has 2 touchdowns
and 2 pick sixes.
Yeah, a tackle for loss is just a sack on another person. Like a sack is only a tackle for loss with a quarterback. So, me personally, I think all those count because those are just as impactful.
What were we thinking?
His base salary is $1.78 million in 2024.
Hugh Wang
wasn't good enough to get that money here.
That money on
but is good enough to be a starter for a division leader.
Went with Shaq Barrett and Emmanuel Ogba.
Okay, Ogba is doing whatever he possibly
He's not doing
can.
a Van Ginkel, dude. He's not Van Ginkel.
But the other guy retired.
That's what I'm saying. The other guy just said, you know what, football? Man.
That would have been me, though, if I signed a contract going to that last year.
And like, see ya.
Yeah, I
should have gone to that first training camp. You should be like, oh, my arm.
The thing is I couldn't even move good enough to like get to a point where I could fake an injury. You know what I'm saying? Like it was terrible.
By the way, it looks like they've reached a verdict in the Conor McGregor civil suit case in Ireland. He's being sued for sexual assault.
Yeah.
Another reason he's not fighting, by the way.
I mean, come on. Look, I said it first. He'll never fight again.
Have to think this was a big reason why the fight was delayed. Anyway, was your fancy Tickle for that game?
Yes.
All right. 1 o'clock. The Detroit Lions, in a game that weighs a lot for the Dolphins, are visiting the Indianapolis Colts. Detroit is a touchdown favorite. Of course, the Dolphins, big Lions fans this weekend. Take your fancy, Leroy?
I am always excited to watch the Lions. They're fun to watch.
Pickled.
I have seen their quarterback go 18 for 20 for damn near 400 yards. I can't figure it out in my head. How is that even possible? But they he'll throw 12 passes one week, 12 for 12. And then the next week he'll throw 25 passes. They do so much offensively. They don't ask one portion of their offense to bear all the weight of what they do, and it's amazing.
They are fun.
Yeah.
At 1 o'clock, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers visit the New York Football Giants. Take your fancy, Leroy. Moving on. The Dallas Cowboys.
Can we just have a conversation about how they cut their cut and why he struggled so much? Oh, see, and this is the difference between me and you. You'll turn on the game just to watch Tommy Cutlets.
I don't know if I'm tuning into that game. I'm going to watch the Dolphins.
He said, Marco said, I ain't going to lie. I can't promise you.
He's gonna be, listen, he just needs a couple touchdowns. He gets to do some appearances at Modell's,
Yeah.
We'll see him on Thanksgiving. That's enough.
Oh, my God, that's true. We'll also see this team, the Dallas Cowboys, visit the Washington Commanders. Washington is a 10.5-point favorite. Take your fancy, Leroy?
Washington's a 10.5-point favorite over Dallas?
Dallas.
Washington's been playing good. Not that damn good. I mean, I'll peruse. My fancy's tickled, but not for the reasons of I care who's winning. I just think, when is the last time you've seen Dallas as a 10-point underdog?
Man, been a while, I would think.
Yeah.
Oof. So Dolphins pick up Daniel Jones for the rest of the season?
Oof. No!
Yeah, no.
I'm just messing around.
I agree. He can replace Jordan Poyer.
Oh, we do need a safety.
He's very
You know what? I would man, if I'm Daniel Jones, I just take a break. I don't want it because here's the deal. If you go into another organization and you are forced to play,
Mm-hmm.
you can't do anything but ruin what the Giants have already ruined to this point.
He'll back up Trevor Lawrence next year.
You think?
And then he'll take that. Yeah, it's something like that, you know? Or whoever gets, maybe if somebody like drafts Cam Ward and doesn't want to play him right away for whatever reason, something like that. I don't know. 1 o'clock, Leroy, the Kansas City Chiefs. They visit the Carolina Panthers. KC is a 10.5-point road favorite. Tickle your fancy?
Yeah, because I want to see if KC bounces back.
My fancy is tickled.
You know, they were in they were in the same boat as they were in the same boat as maybe the Canes were, that they were winning these crazy games, winning all kind of different ways, but haven't really been playing well.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then it caught up to them and they got, basically Buffalo put it on them. So I want to see, okay, now we're back to reality. Let's start this thing and start building towards the end of the year. So yeah, I'm interested.
All right. Froggy, you think they're done? You think the undefeated run has worn off the Chiefs' magic, or is this just your Kelsey hate?
That's probably just my Kelsey hate, but this is my upset of the week.
Wow.
Yeah. Upset of the week.
Really?
I'm calling it. Once the dominoes are falling, that one loss, and then now loss.
1 o'clock, Leroy. The Titans take on the Texans. Houston's a 7.5-point favorite. Take your fancy?
No.
Games aren't very good this week, huh?
We're digging. We're digging. We're like, you know what I'm saying? We're like, it's like going through that Halloween candy. You know, I knew there was a Reese's Pieces in here somewhere. Like that's what we're doing right now.
At 4:05, the Broncos at 6-5 visit the 2-8 Las Vegas Raiders. Of course, the Broncos, one of the teams ahead of the Dolphins there in the standings. So does that tickle your fancy? Broncos are playing pretty good.
Because I don't want to root
Rooting for the Raiders.
Here's why you hate these games.
Fancy not tickled.
Because the team you got to root for sucks. And I don't want to get caught up watching bad football only to have my heart broken by the team that I didn't want to win anyway.
Mm-hmm. At 4:25, the San Francisco 49ers
Game of the week.
visit the Green Bay Packers.
Yes.
Green Bay's a 3-point favorite. Take your fancy?
So it's basically a pick 'em, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
It's tickled.
It's crazy because, you know, San Fran is kind of going through the same thing the Dolphins have. You know, they've had a lot of injuries, but they've been able to keep it together kind of. So, yeah, I'm interested. I want to see, and they're playing in Green Bay. Hey, let me tell you something about that Green Bay weather. Now, remember what I told you about? It's usually not that sloppy because it's cold enough to where there's not a whole bunch of mud or whatever. That's not the case in Green Bay. Green Bay, when it gets cold, it gets muddy because they have coils underneath their stadium, and they try to keep the field from freezing.
It looked pretty cold. It was snowing there yesterday, dude. They were showing that film. I was like, oh, boy, the frozen tundra.
And then the worst thing they do is they cover the field, right? So it creates moisture. And then if it's really cold, when you take the tarp off, if there's moisture, it freezes. So now you're playing on frozen concrete. So it's that's a tricky place to play.
Sheesh. At 4:25, Leroy, the surprising 6-4 Arizona Cardinals visit the Seattle Seahawks at 5-5. Arizona is a 1-point road favorite. Tickle your fancy?
I kick the tires on that.
Decent game.
It's an interesting game because you're really not sold on either team,
Mm-hmm.
but they are playing for the division lead, which is weird because it's not San Francisco.
Wild. Sunday Night Football at 8:20. The Philadelphia Eagles, 8-2, visit the Los Angeles Rams. Philly is a 3-point road favorite. Take your fancy?
Yeah. Yeah, I like watching Philly because you either root for two things. I root for Saquon because I want to see, everybody on TV watch him, and the Giants just get more and more depressed that their guy told them take a hike.
Hard times.
And you also root for, like, they wanted to fire their coach 3 weeks ago.
Yep.
So that's always funny that your team is going to be one of the top teams in the NFC, and you want to fire your coach.
Successful team, but you hate your coach.
Right. Yeah, man, I mean, you refuse to give him credit for doing anything.
Nah.
Right?
Finally, Monday Night Football. The new chapter in the Horrible. Ravens, Chargers. Baltimore's a 3-point road favorite. Take your fancy?
So that means it's a pick 'em also.
No, that would mean Baltimore is if it was in a neutral site, they would think of them as a 6-point favorite.
Oh, okay. I always screw that up. Yeah, that would be a good game because, like, Jim is okay with throwing 12 passes in a football game.
My fancy is tickled.
And sometimes when you've struggled offensively, it puts a little pressure on you to be successful. And you got to just accept. Sometimes you got to accept the fact that you might win a game 14-10. Even though it looks bad, you got the W. That's all that matters. I think a lot of fans, and Tyreek is right, because of fantasy and point spreads and all that stuff, we don't just accept wins. It got to be about how many or what did my guy do.
Mm-hmm. That is Tickle My Fancy. It's been too long. You know what it is?
What's that?
It's time to make fun of the Jets.
Oh, yeah.
Take a break.
Oh, yeah.
Back after this.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome back. It's Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM.
Didn't Nelly just get married?
I don't know, dude.
What's her name?
Keisha Cole?
No.
Kelly Rowland.
Ashanti.
Oh, one of those. Same thing. Yes. Married in 2023 to Ashanti. And they're expecting they already have their first child, I'm assuming.
Oh.
Yeah. Look at that.
Man.
Time flies when you're having fun.
I guess so, dude. I guess so. Miami Heat, they're back on the practice court.
Guys have had more fun than others.
Miami Heat's back on the practice court today. They will be back in action on Sunday when they host the Mavericks. Terry Rozier, Jaime Jaquez, and Josh Richardson did not practice yesterday. Terry spoke to reporters, and he said that he's been dealing with this foot thing all season.
He lied to us?
What do you mean did he lie to us?
He said he was healthy.
Well, he said, but his neck was the injury last year.
Yeah, I did see Scary Terry and Nico handing out bread in front of Publix. Did you see that interaction?
Yeah, they mic'd Nico up.
So adorable.
He is adorable. Yeah. If you want great action, you give Nikola Jovic a microphone. Fun's gonna happen. Yeah. You know, because everybody likes talking to him. Crazy, dude. The Panthers, they fell to the Chicago Blackhawks 3-1 yesterday.
They have this stretch every year. Don't panic.
They've not been playing great as of late. Paul Maurice made note of it yesterday. He's like not happy with their puck as of late. So, you know, it was one of those games where it felt again like, all right, the comeback's going to be here any second. They peppered Chicago's goalie. He was standing on his head at the end. I mean, they had a power play late, Leroy, from a delay of game against Chicago, and they had like 4 chances on him. I'm like, this one of them's going to bust through. Never happened. Credit to him. Merzak. Yeah, he was good. He was good yesterday. Carter Verhaeghe. You played for the Panthers, dude.
Okay.
That's who you played for, Carter.
Maybe he thought he played for the Coyotes.
You know what?
No,
keep this up, dude. Keep it up.
You're amazing.
Can't believe you, dude.
Well, he's clearly a guy you need. Some guys you catch more flies with sugar than honey, but he's clearly a guy you need to be hard on, to get results. It's like I'm like one of those hockey papas who's like, I coach you hard because I love you.
Yeah.
Swaggy knows I love him.
You hose everybody down.
No, I don't hose it. That's not true. But anyway, let's make fun of the Jets, huh?
Yeah.
This is a fun story.
Well, I heard some on Jet Up. Was it on Jet Up where they said he's ruined every locker room he's been in?
Who, Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah.
No, I didn't hear that. Is that like who was saying that? Greg Jennings? I feel like anytime we need a Aaron Rodgers correspondent, Greg Jennings is there.
No, it was one of the guys that do First Take every day.
Former Dolphin.
He was the guy who was like, yeah, Joe Philbin, he's a hoot.
Okay. Great job. Great call on that.
This is the latest rumor that's out there. All right. It's basically saying it was a report that was talking about Woody Johnson and how Woody Johnson's influenced by the internet too much. And that it's he listens to too many non-football people on Football Matters. He pays attention to what's going on the internet, and people feel like he's an unpredictable boss. And then this reporter, Tony Pauline, has been covering the NFL. He said, this is incredible. I can add to this report. It's been jokingly mentioned for several years in league circles that Woody's son, this is crazy. This is the kid's real name?
All right.
Brick Johnson is the de facto GM of the New York Jets, specifically when it comes to internet influence decision-making, which is exactly what took place.
When they brought Aaron Rodgers in.
And got rid of the coach and got rid of the GM. Wait, his son's name is Brick Johnson?
Woody Johnson's son
is Brick Johnson.
Is Brick Johnson.
So,
wow. All right. And his son, Richard.
Wood.
Unacceptable, dude. Someone, like, when you pass names around the family, someone's got to veto that at a certain
Brick?
Not good.
What's his real name, though?
I don't know. He is
It might be Woody Jr.
He's currently a student at Harvard and is on the men's tennis team. Well, that's intangibles right there. Brick Johnson.
So
Robert Wood Johnson.
He's also Robert Wood Johnson?
Yes.
That's usually how it goes. Like,
so is what?
Hey, let's nick Woody. Let's name him Brick.
He's his father is the fourth. So yeah, he's fifth.
That's some old money right there.
That is some old money.
Yes, it is.
They're the Johnson and Johnsons, right?
Are they?
Isn't that what their money is?
Ooh.
Aren't they Johnson? Isn't that their fortune?
Let's see.
I always thought that was maybe I'm an idiot. I don't know.
Oh, I can't wait for you to be wrong. No. It is.
That is okay.
It is indeed. It is indeed. Wow, I didn't know that. Damn, 9.92 billion.
Is that it?
That's his net worth.
All that money, they can't buy themselves a good piece of turf.
Here's
huh?
here's the problem with this. His son is playing tennis at Harvard.
Yeah.
And that's the guy he's getting invited.
Papa, I think we need to get rid of Coach Sala. Jets Balls 69 says so on Twitter.
Oh, that's a good tennis sound. Okay, too much.
You know who we should trade for, Papa? Devontae Adams. I saw him on Pat McAfee. We were watching it back in the dormitory.
That's unbelievable. Like, but
I mean, I
get mad here. I get mad when people yell at like organizations for making certain moves or whatever. Like, now Cleveland can say we never should have signed Deshaun Watson, right? But at the time, everybody was excited. It just didn't work out. But you have moves like that are good, smart, or what you think will change your franchise moves. And when they don't work out, it looks bad, but that don't mean you fire everybody because it just didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
There are some things that happen with a franchise that you fire everybody around it so people don't realize it's you. This seems like one of those situations.
So, like when Woody Johnson went to go bench Aaron Rodgers, that was really Brick Johnson.
That's a good call.
Probably.
I mean, like, let's be fair. Could we watch the football games and go, yikes?
He's washed, Papa. He's washed. Why can't anybody see it?
And I would have said, well, Brick, you were the one that suggested we spend $50 million for him.
I want a new quarterback, Daddy.
That's it. Yep. There you go.
Get me a Shador Sanders, please. Chop, chop.
Dude,
can you please stop for 1 second while we talk?
First of all, that's not tennis.
Oh, that's tennis.
You're playing paddleboard. Whatever that.
Pickleball.
Pickleball.
South says, how did he turn into the Willy Wonka girl?
I really
He's probably a New Yorker, yeah?
Yeah, but he goes to Harvard.
He does go to Harvard. Oh, they all talk about that at Harvard.
Wilson.
Yep, there you go. He goes, are the Johnson and Johnsons even British?
Wasn't he wasn't he an ambassador for England?
Let's find out. Woody Johnson, UK. Why did I think that would work?
I feel like he was. Was he not? Wasn't he under Trump? Wasn't he an ambassador?
Okay, because it did mention Trump, and I was like, I didn't write anything about Trump. Yeah, NFL owner and Trump ambassador to UK.
Dude, I'm on fire today.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Point.
So he probably had. So you definitely know when Brick went to the UK with him that he started talking like that.
That's why. That's really what happened. Think about it. That was almost 5 years ago.
That was just a way to like have those trips taken care of. Do we need an ambassador in the UK? What are they doing?
Bro, what is it? Don't we speak?
What are they doing? I don't see citizens escaping to to try to get out of there.
Frosty.
What's the ambassador say? Yeah, you guys still salty about the revolutionary thing, huh? We'll throw some tea again. We'll do it.
Just threatening them over there. Rough.
I showed you, Papa. We should have gone to harbor. Look what he's doing with Justin Herbert.
International relations expert Leroy Horde. I mean, do you really actually need? I'm like saying, yeah, you got an ambassador, but
it's definitely the easiest. If we were to say ambassador jobs, what's the easiest one to have? You're like, come on, England. That's a cakewalk,
right? That's what I'm saying.
Like, I feel like an ambassador has to speak the language. Like, if you're a French ambassador, you've got to speak French. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Victor Wembanyama.
No, you don't have to. If you're an ambassador, you don't have to speak the language.
I feel like it's a plus, though. You would agree it was a plus.
Yeah.
Got to be able to relate.
All right. I apologize for the segment.
You got to be able to relate. I mean, so we could be there. Wait, we can send him to ambassador for like Arkansas.
Father, I just finished my crumpets. What do you say of having Rex Ryan return? He was such a rascal.
Say Canada would be the easiest.
Do we
Closer.
Do we have a Canadian ambassador?
You have pretty much an ambassador in every other country, except for the ones you got to not have them because it's a little violent over there.
Oh yes, how can anyone forget
Larry Walker?
No. No, we need America's ambassador.
Matt Stairs.
I don't know who this guy is. Pete Hoekstra.
Oh, the Hoker.
Oh, how can anyone forget the Hoker?
What are you doing? Oh, he said Javon Holland. Is Javon Holland Canadian?
He is Canadian. He is. No, he is Canadian. What do you mean you wish?
No, I wish he was the ambassador.
Oh, okay.
No, I wish he was Canadian.
Listen, last time you talked about the Dolphins secondary, you thought that he won the Powerball.
Let me tell you something. That would go down. That would go down. That would go down to history. It's one of those. I think
I'm sure he didn't win the lottery.
He's hoping to win the lottery. I think it's his last year of his deal, so he's probably like, "Yeah, I'm about to win the lottery."
But Marcos hit us with that. Even Tobin was like, "Wait a minute."
Dade South says that Tobin is the ham ambassador.
Speaking of ham, I just had a delicious ham sandwich.
Leroy loves ham.
Take a break. Back after this.
Previously on
Tobin and Leroy.
I think his dad won the lottery, if I'm not mistaken.
No, he didn't win the lottery like money wise. He won the lottery to come to. All right, welcome back.
Bling, bling.
Tobin and
Bling,
Leroy
bling.
here with you. 560 WQAM. Take you guys up until, what are we going, like 1:30 today? Is that when we get out of here? We got a pregame.
1:23 with
1:23.
37 seconds on the clock.
We do have news this last hour from Ireland. Conor McGregor has been found liable for sexual assault in his civil trial in Ireland.
Wow, what a shocker.
He owes, there's like this Euro translation. It's anywhere from $250,000 to $300,000 in damages.
Which is nothing to him.
It is nothing to him, but I mean, definitely was this has been a huge story over in Ireland, from what I understand. Like the Irish media said, because the thing that is, like this was something that happened 6 years ago, but Ireland has, I guess, different laws on news, and you can't identify somebody to a certain point until like a criminal investigation over. So there were never criminal charges on it, but there was a civil case, and he just lost. She was awarded a lot of money. The jury came back and found him guilty.
At a certain point,
If that was here, that'd be millions, right?
oh yeah.
I don't know what the laws are there. I don't know like what the maximum is or anything of that stuff, Leroy. But obviously, is his tumultuous time outside of the cage is it continues. He does, it's not something he's only been accused of once, but this is the first one that's gone to a trial. They remember he had those accusations down here in Miami when he was at the Heat game, and they dropped Bernie. He sent Bernie to the hospital.
Bernie to the hospital.
But this happened back in 2018. So yeah, there was like it's pretty crazy seeing the scenes in Ireland there. It's a melee outside that courtroom right now.
Really?
What
he had to walk. He walked through all of it though. He didn't say anything to the media afterwards.
At what point, because we've dealt with athletes with shady past or off the field, off the court issues. At what point do we give up on Conor? At what point is he not beloved?
Fighting's a different thing, man. I mean, look, Tyson went to jail for rape, and he has turned his thing back around to, a beloved figure by people. Fighting does play by different rules on this type of stuff, but it's hard not to think that this has played a part in why he has not been in the octagon this year. Like, everybody's been very squirrely around it. Conor McGregor has fought through torn ligaments, and then all of a sudden he didn't fight through a toe injury.
Yeah.
Like, everybody found that to be, and especially when people saw the injury and they were like, wait, what, dude? You fought Khabib with a broken foot. Like, what do you mean? So it's hard not to feel like it had an effect on his year and why he wasn't there. So, but that is man, that's what's going on over there, and don't know what this will mean for his return, because as you say, Marcos, what does this mean?
Like, how ridiculous, Marcos?
Why does he look ridiculous?
A grown ass man eating little bitty candies.
What are you eating?
I mean, I don't control the size of these gummy worms. Think I want minis? I don't want no damn minis. Give me a full size worm.
Let me see how small the worm is.
Okay, hold on. What are we doing?
Blue Chew.
You want to increase the size here? Look at this thing in comparison to my
That's
finger.
not a worm, dude.
Right?
Yeah, that's like
gummy maggot.
This is larva. Yeah, maggot essentially.
But yeah, man, that's so I don't know what this means, Marcos, for his UFC return. Like, I can't imagine it's a great. I'm sure, because here's the thing. Then you have one of the things with being with doing a fight, and especially a McGregor fight, is a press tour, and now you have hanging over. Hey, you were just found liable for rape.
Man, if I was the opponent for Conor McGregor, let's say for some reason he does end up in one of these situations, the amount of content you can say, like, at a weigh-in of some sort to piss him off, like, you rapist, you this and that, Conor would be pissed. That would really get in his head.
No, they would fight right there.
Yeah, I know. Who doesn't like a little weigh-in kerfuffle? A little press conference kerfuffle.
Yeah, but how do you get mad if it's found out to be true?
That's what I'm saying, dude. I get all in his brain, but it's like, I don't even, like, I'm, as a human being, I'm disgusted with Conor McGregor.
He's not a great dude.
No, that's a hot take there.
But here's the deal. Did we build that?
With like
because we all
you just accept everything?
No, we all loved the way it was early in his career when he was winning. And now that he's not fighting, those same things don't look as good.
This is the thing. It's like it's such a wild way, because the thing with fighting that's crazy is these guys go away, right? And we can't imagine, I mean, what they do for a living, because they go into a cage and they fight people, or they go into a boxing ring and fight one another, and then they just kind of go away, like we forget about it, right? And so you forget about all the things that John has had in his past. You forget about all the things that Connor's had, or Chael Sonnen, or any of these guys who have had questionable moments in their careers of what they have done outside of the cage. And then most of the time when the fighting is over, Leroy, like, you know, for the guys who have had the trouble continues after they're done fighting.
Right. That's my point. Like, you know, but as long as they're fighting, you know, they never usually, when they do all this stuff when they're fighting, when they're not fighting, they don't usually just stop and say it was just the fighting, right? It was just being in that arena, being in that environment where you talking trash to somebody and you getting physical with somebody and you doing those things. In the fight game, it's usually more of an indication of who you are, and it follows you.
RBA Richard says Connor goes away to mountains of cocaine, allegedly. Oh, yeah.
Now we saying allegedly?
I don't know if it's allegedly.
With the cocaine?
Yeah.
I don't think we have to say allegedly.
I don't think we have to say allegedly anymore.
All right, we'll take a break. Mix things up coming up next.
I'm Chelsea Messenger, helping you
All right, welcome back. It's Tobin and Leroy here with you. Hoot, hoot. The Owls tied at 35 apiece early in the second half of the Charleston Classic. The Canes, they're coming up against Oklahoma State at 2, but we'll have coverage for you starting at 1:30 today, so we get off a little bit early today. And,
or some of us, if you go a half hour later and leave a half hour earlier, that's an honest day's of work there.
I think he's talking about him.
I'm sorry. Don't act like I haven't been here all morning.
No, wait, sometimes you show up at 12, so then we got accustomed to 12. Now,
did you show up on camera for 4 minutes yesterday?
Yep.
Yeah,
you did.
I don't remember those 4 minutes.
I'm always on though. I don't understand why you think I'm not working.
No one's saying.
Well, no one's saying you're not working. We just know you're in your snuggie.
No, I don't have that.
Did you just get out of the shower?
Christmas gift.
No.
Why are you looking at me in disgust? I've been here since 10.
Why are you asking if I came out of the shower right now?
Let's mix it on up, dude. Mix it on. The mixed bag is brought to you by the rest of Pat McAfee's shirt, which he apparently is missing.
Okay, so he's been putting on sleeves recently. Now he's gonna do sleeveless to I can
I'm
withstand
tough.
the
I'm
cold.
tough. I'm tough in Ohio. Tough.
Bunting.
They're talking right now about that new QB you got, Leroy, and Michigan, Bryce
Yep.
Underwood.
The highest offensive recruit ever.
That Munyon?
Somebody in Michigan said we give him $10 million.
I think that person also owns the Dolphins. Stephen Rosley. What do we need? Child's play. Did you see what I paid Shaq Barrett?
You do remember Will Fuller, right?
What do we got today in the mixed bag, Froggy?
We have a common theme for this mixed bag here. Because what's one thing that coaches do better than anyone?
Explain.
Speak.
Lie.
Oh,
Leroy's got it. Leroy understands.
He's good.
That coach speak can't, unless you're Paul Maurice, of course, can't really trust what they say sometimes. Now, the Panthers head coach yesterday kept it as honest as I've ever heard a coach speak before, especially on television. This was him on ESPN yesterday when discussing his team getting drubbed by Chicago again. And I didn't put the volume up.
We get our asses kicked in here every time we come in here, so it has nothing to do with winning or losing the Stanley Cup. We haven't won a game in here in about 3 years because they're playing exactly the way we play right now. We like to turn a bunch of pucks over in the neutral zone and chase them from behind.
Do you feel like this is Panthers hockey yet then?
Well, not tonight, but we're going to get to it here. As soon as you get off the bench, I'm going to get into them.
Thank you.
And they showed it too.
Thank
and
you.
the guy, I don't know who does side ice there, who sits between the benches, but he goes, ooh. He was not joking.
That's she took that cue to immediately get the hell out of there. It's like you're at your friend's house, he starts getting disciplined. You're like, I'm gonna go.
She's great, Emily Kaplan. She does a great job on those broadcasts, but man, that was funny.
Yeah. Want to hear from a coach who lies?
Yes.
Eric Spoelstra.
Whoa. Careful. Careful.
Don't play my rookie big man Spoelstra. He had some words and some advice to his rookie big man on the noise that he needs to tune out. Wonder who's causing that noise, Spo. Let's hear what Eric Spoelstra had to say.
He's really committed to the whole process. And part of that process is just quiet all the noise. You know, everybody has all these expectations, and rightly so. And, if he's not playing a certain amount of minutes, or if he doesn't get in a game, that doesn't mean that things are going poorly. Quite the contrary. He's doing a lot of really good things. Really good practice today. And what I just said about Alec, that's a lesson, for him that I think he actually is taking to heart. Control what you can control. Stack good days. You keep on doing those good days. It leaves an impression on the head coach and the rest of the coaching staff, your teammates. And he's getting better. He still has to learn the league, learn how things go. But he's making a lot of forward steps behind the scenes, and that's what you want to see with young players.
Am I the noise? Like when he says the noise, am I the noise?
You are 100% the noise.
This is not fair. Why do I have to be the noise? We have to say things. It's not like we could do this show quietly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you're like good noise. You're like the beach when I want to sleep and I just put my little sound machine on. Tobes takes.
So you think that Eric Spoelstra sleeps to doubters?
Yeah, I
gotta
do.
sleep. Let me throw up that YouTube, Leroy and Tobin. Another segment on me, huh? Click.
When are we gonna get Khalil Ware?
Doubt.
We have enough.
Drew Smith.
Loves a Drew Smith game.
Quiet the noise. Just play him, dude.
He's
How
talking
about that?
He's talking 100% to you.
I want to see him play.
We all do. We all here. That excitement when they drafted him and us saying he's big all summer.
Big.
He's the same size as everybody else when he's sitting his ass on that bench.
Dade's house is that timeout nightmare wakes him up at night. Oh, definitely. He's definitely had night sweats over that. Technical foul on Eric Spoelstra.
Who do you think's had worse nightmares? Cam Ward over the fumble or Eric Spoelstra over the timeout?
Oof. I gotta go Spo.
Probably Spo, yeah.
I'll go Spo because that was just a football play, right? It happens. It's not any like you didn't just throw it to the other team or something like that. It was a fumble. Fumbles happen. But what Eric Spoelstra did, you literally, the only other person we can think of to ever do that was Chris Webber.
Yep.
Now think of how far back. So that's how rare something like that is.
Somehow Jalen Rose was at both. Crazy. What else you got, Marcos?
More coaches that lie.
Oh.
This time, Mike McDaniel.
What?
Mike McDaniel had an interesting statement. Since Kendall Fuller was out with concussion, the Dolphins have been a little thin at corner.
Yep.
Which one would think it's a perfect opportunity for Cam Smith to make his debut and shine.
Oh boy.
Fortunately, Storm Duck gets the nod.
Quack, quack.
Mike McDaniel then tries to say that just because Storm Duck started, that doesn't mean, we don't like Cam Smith. Well, I don't know if I trust this coach. Let's hear what he had to say.
Little assignment related, matchup related that week. Yes. There's no crowning of, it wouldn't be factual to say that one of those guys is over the other. We'll see what they do with the situation and the opportunities. So it was very specific, and that one's a great example. Like, I'm really happy with, especially in the last month, the development of Cam. So it renders one to think that we might be down on him just because Storm played. And that was because what Storm was doing and the assignments and kind of our game plan for that particular opponent, which, I won't give you the keys on that. But you can look at the types of defenses we were playing, and we thought that in against the Raiders that Storm would be the best answer for that.
Man.
What?
Huh? So not down on them.
No,
but they just like Storm better.
Telling you, man.
Just because I like, so it's kind of like this. Like, I like you, baby. I like him a lot better, but doesn't mean I don't like you. I just like him better.
That's good.
Yeah,
You're my
that
number
sounds
2.
great.
Gotta give it to this Dolphins front office. They blow drafting cornerbacks high,
Yeah.
but they're good at finding undrafted ones.
Oh, they're
It's a
really
give and
good.
take.
Very strange.
I mean, when he's out there, I feel nervous. Right? Not because he doesn't look like he can play, but he always has that look like he doesn't know what the hell he's supposed to do. And I think that's the problem. And wow, just out of curiosity, I know I may be the only one that picked up on this. Why are we talking about guys that play different positions
What do you
and
mean?
having to decide between who plays?
They've been putting Storm outside. They put
No,
him on-
but I'm just saying, like, you need all the help you can get there.
I don't understand the different positions thing.
Well, I know why he did it because who wasn't playing? It was
Fuller. Fuller has a concussion, so he's been out.
right, but I'm saying as far as Cam has to play, but I'm saying with Storm Duck, I think they just like him more. Why did you just say that? You can't have a game plan where this corner works over this corner. I've never heard of that.
He's trying to be nice.
He also
I
can't.
know.
We just like him more.
Like you can't do. When have you? Like I've heard. Here's what I heard. Game plan. We were gonna go a lot of 4 and 5 wide, so we didn't put a tight end on the active roster. Right. We had a couple of linemen banged up, so we didn't put a wide receiver on the active roster this week because we thought we may need a couple of extra linemen. But I've never heard our game plan for this corner is better than the other one, so we decided to use him more. Like you play corner, dude. There's no game plan for corner.
He's being nice to a young player.
I know. I got you, but
everybody's talking about Mike McDaniel's being more ruthless with the jobs and stuff, but he's not going to do that to a young guy. No
I'm
way.
just saying.
Here's what he should do. Mike McDaniel should just be like, his name's Storm Duck, baby.
But that would be like
I'm just saying. That seems rather
like nonsense. Well, listen, Marcos did say the theme of this is coaches lying.
Coaches lying.
That's not like, I've never heard of a game plan centered around certain corners. Now I'll say this. Say if you play a team that plays 2 tight ends the whole game and you don't activate 6 or 7 DBs, you only do 4 or 5 because you're going to be playing heavy. You're going to be going with linebackers and safeties most of the game. I understand that, but not a game plan for the same position at corner. Like, when have you ever heard that? When have you ever heard a coach come in and say,
I've never heard that.
You know what? I like this corner in this situation, but I like this corner in this situation, so we're not going to play him this week.
I feel like it wouldn't the only situation be like if a guy could a receiver's too big for the guy. I don't know.
No, not corner though.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I don't know. I'm just trying to feel like
Not
what
corner.
could be
You can go with amount of corners, right? But if a person starts at corner and the other guy starts at corner, I've never heard of a situation where they say, I'm going to put this guy in and let him start because of the matchup.
Drake looks like they stole their uniforms from Duke.
Right. And like
hand-me-downs.
Because they're never here's why you can do that. It's the same reason why you can take Delaware and have the same helmets as Michigan. They ain't gonna never be in the same building.
Would also think that FAU would have gotten cooler unis after a Final Four.
True.
Are they winning?
Close game. Down 3. Drake's up 43-40.
So Drake is really good.
I guess so. They're 4-0.
So yesterday I was hearing Josie talk, and apparently Drake is consisted of a bunch of 6-year college players.
Ooh, intangibles, 3-ball.
Kind of tells me, grow up, dude. Get out of college.
Yeah, that kid looks older than Tyler Hero.
And what are you gonna say about the Kings 32?
Great story. Great story of adversity.
Really.
Cam McCormick.
Never give up.
Push through adversity.
Absolutely.
But the other guys, the 6-year
grow
up. Wait. He had a college career with the 6 years.
Give us one more in the mixed bag, Marcos.
All right. I just want to make us feel good on the way out.
Oh
Okay.
wow,
Listen to these
Smeathan.
lies.
That was cruel.
This is yesterday in front of. Well, I don't know if this was yesterday. This was recently.
It was yesterday. It was yesterday.
In front of a Publix. Nico mic'd up with our boy Scary Terry, giving out bread to those in need.
Here you go, sir. Have a good one. Hey, don't pass me like that. Are we not cool like that?
Yeah,
come on, you do. All right.
What you passing out?
Just
bro?
pass the bread.
I
Sir,
am,
you need some bread? Here, there you go. Make sure to say Happy Thanksgiving, too.
Great. Happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year.
My husband said you play like Wade.
Like Wade?
Oh, yeah, play like
Come on, we got some more bread for you. We got one more bread. It's all about getting bread.
He good on bread, dog. For you.
Let's go ahead and throw
You want one or two?
One or two? In the bag.
You want one or two? Come on, give him one more. Give him one more.
Hey, and happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year.
And happy birthday, too.
Wow. He's adorable.
Really is.
I like how the lady, she's like, my husband says you play away. He goes, me?
Me?
No, man, him.
No,
Rosier's there, like, what?
Look, they're standing there going, how do we handle this?
Oh man, Nico's just giving out the bread willy-nilly. He goes, you take 4 loaves.
Yeah, really. It was like, you want 2? You want
Well,
2?
you want me to tell you how those work?
Once they're out of food.
How long do we have to give out bread till they're all gone? But here's the problem. So they may be thinking that, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a trunk.
Oh, they got more bread.
Yeah.
They got more bread. And that is.
They bring all that bread.
I heard. I saw Will Manson's report. This is Pat Riley's favorite charity event. He goes, "Oh, we got more.
Oh,
we got more."
Beep, beep, beep. Back up a truck with bread.
Chat.
Crazy. That's adorable, though. He really is. He's a delight with people. He's just a very pleasant person. Nicole.
Yes, part of it is because he's young and he's, just, laid back, and
he's handshakes and hugs and smiles every time he steps onto the court. He's just he's a very, very nice person.
Just happy to be there.
Happy to be there, dude.
It's always thrilling to treat people, I'm glad he can teach Terry Rozier about the traditions of Thanksgiving. We know all about in Serbia.
No, they don't. Who did they trade land for beads?
I don't think it was beads. I'm not sure if it was beads.
Huh?
They actually celebrate Slava, which is a family feast to honor their patron saint.
Yes, to get away from those Slovenians.
Oh, I don't think that's.
Hey, no. Hey, so no, I'm just saying, we celebrate that day.
Yes, it was a little bit more than beads, I believe we traded, but nonetheless,
we traded. Okay, we sat down. We ate broke bread with them, and then took their land.
Correct.
Not us.
Not me personally.
Take a break.
Tangibles.
Take a break. Back after this.
Got what you
All right, welcome back, everybody. Couple segments left here for you as we're going to hand it over to Canes basketball.
I'm watching a video and
Leroy's not popped up. Go ahead. Say it again, Leroy.
I was watching a video of a Detroit Tigers man in a Target with his wife, and he's like, "We got to be out here at 12:30. I got to get home. I got to get my snacks ready, and I got to get into character for the game."
Tigers or Lions?
Lions, sorry, Lions.
Okay.
And she said, "No, we're gonna be." She go, "We gonna be a minute." He said, "At 12:30, I'm leaving." And at 12:30, he left her at Target.
I wonder if he took a car or if he took an Uber.
He took the car.
Wow.
Yeah, but did he take his card? Because if you give her extra time at Target, she gonna run up that bill.
That's true.
All I know is that in theory, and I'm gonna say this as a man who has dealt with a woman for a long time, the same woman. AIS works in theory. But now you know what you get. It's 12:30 AIS. We ready. All we got to do is, and then you leave at 12:45. Why y'all do that, JFig? Why can't you just be ready?
Just get used to
it. When I say I'm getting in the car, then they start putting shoes on. They got to find matching shoes. They got to get the last little knickknacks. Oh, I forgot this and that. I'm like, what are we doing?
JFig was there before you at Whiskey Stars and Cigars, though.
And then had the audacity to question why I was there so late.
I had the audacity?
Yeah. I was here before you.
Yeah, because I wanted it to be known.
I was on time.
So was I.
Yeah.
Actually, Tobin was really the only one on time.
That's because I was hanging on plantation. I wasn't going to drive home.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I'm just saying.
What'd you do, Jim?
Went to the gym, went to the mall.
You went to the blow up.
Yeah, I went to the new blow up mall. Lovely now. They did a great job.
Wow.
The what?
The LA Fitness that he's talking about blew up.
Yeah.
It did.
You don't remember that story, JFig?
Yeah,
I remember. Didn't you go to that gym?
Leroy used to go to that gym.
I'll send you the video.
It was it was a crazy video, and it was like, I think it was a pizza place or something. It was a soon to open pizza place, and they left the gas on, and then a spark blew it up. And thankfully, it was a holiday because there was a daycare right next door, so no kids got hurt. Right. But yeah, it blew up the LA Fitness.
It happened like 2 years ago, right?
Something,
No,
maybe even longer.
3 years ago, maybe
Even longer than that. Sixers drama. This is according to Jake Fisher from Mark Stein's thing, Steinline. He says, when ESPN reported details on Tuesday morning from inside the 76ers team meeting following Monday night's blown lead in Miami, one league figure close to Philadelphia's All-Star Center told me, quote, Joel is going to be furious and Embiid is going to try and find the Sixers' supposed snitch. So Joel's got an investigation going. Let me ask you this. What if?
No. Because when I said, wait. Oh my God, you better not even suggest it.
Well, okay. But do predict what I was going to say. Go ahead.
You better not be talking about Joel coming here.
No, I wasn't.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I did notice some hobnobbing going on before the game, and Jimmy Butler was, rubbing elbows with former Heat players, Kyle Lowry and Caleb Martin.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy loves messing with the Sixers. He loves the Tobias Harris over me. What if Jimmy Butler instigated all of this? What if he is the snitch just for chaos because he's an agent of chaos?
I would imagine he's just doing stuff because they down. And so he might do something to just make everybody aware of their situation.
like Kyle Lowry is like, oh, Jimmy. He goes, hey, man, weren't we supposed to meet for a burger before you left? He goes, Joel was, he just, let me tell you about this team meeting that I just called. He goes, oh, yeah, do tell. And then like he conferences in Shams. He goes, hold on 1 second. Bloop, bloop. He goes, is somebody else on the line? He goes, yeah, it's Haywood Highsmith. He's gonna meet us.
Yeah, perfect.
Hey,
would be quiet, please.
Yeah, shh. And then Shams just gets all these things. Then we told him, you got to get Steph on time. You're never on time there, Joel. So Jimmy Butler just is a complete agent of chaos. Is just like, oh, mess with the Sixers. Mm-hmm.
You know what I think?
What's that?
I think Joel Embiid is the snitch.
Really?
He's pulling the rules on everyone.
Interesting. I actually like that theory.
You know what?
I literally said that like 2 minutes ago.
I have this completely original idea. I think Joel Embiid is the snitch.
Didn't JFig just say that 2 minutes ago?
I don't think so.
I think she did.
It may have been a variation, more or less. Joel Embiid.
So he's just doing this for sympathy, JFig? Is that your theory?
Well, it was my theory, but okay.
He just wants to stay relevant, maybe.
I mean, it's a pretty bad look for him, though. But then if he did, I'm not saying I want him, because I do not want Joel Embiid. But if Joel Embiid was to force his way out, if you fabricated your own stink, this is how you would do it. That somebody else was snitching on your dirt, but you just said, this is it. I can't trust the Sixers organization anymore. I want out.
Stole something, and he's helping you look.
But who's going to want him?
Charlotte.
You know.
Charlotte wants him.
You know, Pat Riley.
I don't think so. Leroy, do you think Pat's into a guy with bad knees, no motivation, doesn't stay on time? I don't know, dude. And don't forget, it's like Spo's gonna have a big input on that.
Are you gonna have the conversation with Joel Embiid though?
What conversation? Hey, can your knees grow back?
No.
He looks physically bad right now.
Yeah.
Like he looks like he's laboring, dude.
I mean, he does. He doesn't get up the court.
His knees need to go take a nap. Just his knees.
He's just been taking a nap for a while.
I just think it's a lot of 7'3" and weight to put on those legs. I don't know. But I'm gonna find the snitch. I love the idea of Caleb Martin being like, what's up, Caleb? You're new.
Hey, Mac Man said it perfectly. Joel looks like Luka. They look bad until they want to try.
Interesting. So you also are putting in. So do you think, is there a possibility if he is trying to get out, do you think that he's pulling a 7'3" James Harden?
No, because to me, he don't look no different than when he did when he was scoring 50. Except that he's not shooting as many threes.
Definitely not rebounding as much.
Right, yeah. He don't get no rebounds.
Crazy.
Ooh, the official Cowboys account just added Daniel Jones to their roster.
Oh, so wait. Daniel Jones versus the Giants on Thanksgiving? Thanksgiving just picked up.
He's going to be starting in like 5
I got to
days?
see if that's true.
I mean,
can't trust
there's
him.
no
I guess Trey Lance is out of the picture, huh?
Oh, he stinks.
So, but see, good organizations can get away with that.
He's probably like waivers don't go that fast though.
Why not?
How fast do waivers go? I feel like it takes like a day.
Release on Tuesday, you got 24 hours. So if they release them today,
that would be good though. I would like that. Cowboys.
Man, just think about this.
That would be fun.
Just think of your last day in New York. They would rather go with
Tommy Cutlets. And I like to think that Drew Lock was making a stink too. He goes, I was told I was the number 2 QB. Like, shut up, Drew Lock.
Where?
In New York? He's their backup. He goes, I thought I was number 2.
Yeah, you're number 2, as in doo-doo.
Take a break.
We couldn't say that. You misunderstood what we said. We didn't say you were the second quarterback, we said you play like 2.
Take a break. Back after this. Welcome back, everybody. We got Game Day Uncensored coming your way, 9 a.m. on Sunday. 15 minutes of Game Day Uncensored, always brought to you by your Southern Lexus dealers. The Lexus December to Remember sales event is why you stay on the nice list. Find yours and get offers on select models, but only for a limited time now through January 2nd. Make it a December to remember. Hey, Leroy.
What's up?
Can we get a weather update from the Demesman and Dover law firm? YourAccentAttorneys.com. Free consultations 24/7. Call them at 866-954-MORE.
Folks, I'm going to say this in as nice words as I can say it. This is why you go through all the hurricanes. This is why you go through all the rains every evening for this time of year. Not a cloud in the sky. The breeze is about 10 to 15 miles an hour, 60 to 65 degrees, and it is beautiful.
Wow.
A beautiful day in South Florida, and this is why we live here. Everybody else is frosted in snow, is cold, and right now you living the life. Look at us now, rest of the country. We are great.
We got some big football coming up this weekend. Canes tomorrow at noon. 8 o'clock is your pregame coverage. We got Canes Hoops coming up here in just a minute. We got pregame coverage for you.
Did FAU
2 o'clock. FAU is down 9 right now with 3 minutes left.
Done.
Looking dicey. They're going to need a couple threes if they want to make this a game. But it's not looking so hot right now, dude. Drake having a good performance on the day where Kendrick Lamar releases an album.
Total snooze fest, dude. Oh,
What
don't
do you
even
mean
worry about
snooze fest?
listening to it. Total snooze.
You love it. I can tell you. You're vibing there in the breaks.
Oh, now that he doesn't have Drake to talk about. What
Did
is
you
he gonna
guys
do?
watch that video?
Which one?
The blow
The one that I sent?
Oh,
I mean, I watched it.
The
We watched
blow
this.
up.
You showed it to us like last week. That was
Yeah.
an explosion.
It was crazy.
That's crazy.
It was surreal. It was a wild thing, man. A wild thing to see. And yeah. So Canes, Finns, let's get this done, huh? No more messing around. Canes need a bounce back. You Finns, you keep the train rolling. And let's have ourselves a party on Monday with a lot of victories to talk about. Heat, they'll be back in action on Sunday. Hopefully getting Jaime and Terry back. They practiced today. But right now, we got Canes Hoops to get to. We'll talk to you rascals after the weekend. He's clearly a guy you need to be hard on, to get results.
I could pork you. I could.
Marquez pump fake. Got dick in his face. Kicks it back to Love for 3. Yes.
Hope you mother have a good day.